I'm doing a shredded wheat shirt. My shredded wheat shirt line. This, of course, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Okay. Staying in my lane on YouTube. Less is more. Okay. I'm not bothering nobody. Let's see here. Isn't that nice? Then make that, I have that nice and done. And it's going to be like a little hippie feel. Okay. I'm an artist, okay? I'm going to do arts and crafts. That's what I do. Every day. Going to do some reading, some arts and crafts, It's boring out here. We got to wear masks. I'm not complaining. The masks are definitely excellent. Excelente. But here goes. I just want to say, we could also, at the same time as we're doing this, read a page from the guttermost to the uttermost, and we was at page the teen years. We did the first page. Okay. So let's see. It's a record hop. I grew up with the songs of the Motown, with which I identify songs like Bad Girl by the Miracles and Nowhere to Run. Nowhere to run to. This is cool. I'm finished. At the same time, I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm going to just go like this. Keep on. And then say Nowhere to Run. And I love music and dancing. I didn't care if I had to make 100 tacos. If I had to make 100 tacos, it felt like 100, and clean the whole house. Gotta feed all those people. And clean the whole house. I would do anything to the record. Let's see. To the record hop. I didn't have nice clothes, but everybody looked all right when the party lights were on. I remember one night I had to finish all my work and was planning to go out, but Mama found something that was not done right, and I was told I could not go. I remember going into the bedroom and climbing out of the window. I did not think of the consequences. I just had to go. I adopted an attitude that if I do not like something, I would leave. I stayed out of that night over at girlfriend's house, but her mother became concerned the next day and sent me home. I went to juvenile hall and stayed a few days and was released back home. I had lost the ability to submit the authority. My grades were dropping all of the time at school, no longer interested me. That's common. Okay, let's see. Okay, and This is where we are. School. I would ditch with my friends and eventually started experimenting with drugs. Someone was smoking marijuana and I asked if I could try it. All I can remember of that episode is that a hallucination where people began to look like a robot policeman. It was during those times of going to house parties and getting high that I lost my virginity. I was out of control, and my mother could no longer count on me coming home at night. I remember one night I almost did not make it home because I had taken some pills and began to stagger down the street, and a man pulled a knife at me and took me to a vacant lot and did what he wanted. I could have been stabbed or killed, but God was merciful to me. And I made it home. It may have been on a night like this that mama placed me back in a juvenile hall. This was a time when juvenile authorities sent me to a foster home, and I tried to follow the rules. I just didn't like the people, and so I left. I wasn't afraid to go back to juvenile because I had some friends that were just like me, mixed up and confused. They gave me nickname Desperate because I said the word all of the time. I identified these misfits when I heard the tales of molestation and abandonment by their families. I put tattoos on me by taking the lead from a pencil and a needle, the lead from a pencil and a needle, and writing on my arms and legs. I began to attract to girls because that was the mindset of the environment. It started off with affairs of the heart until once I was released. I tried the lesbian life and found it was empty as the heterosexual life. Life is always empty when you try to live without God. The Bible states that people who reject God and change the truth of God into a lie and worship and receive and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed. Okay, that was deep right there. She said, and worship this and serve the creature more than the creator. That's what you're not supposed to do. The creature, swamp thing. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, who is blessed forever. For this cause, God gave them up unto vile affections. For even the women did change the natural use and that is against nature, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, bearing in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, indecent, and receiving in themselves the recompense, the inevitable consequence and the penalty of their error, which was meet their fitted reward, molestation and rape, and not valid excuses to violate the word of God. He is deliverer, and if you desire to be saved, he will save you completely or the uttermost. After running away from at least 3 foster homes, the authorities decided to put me with the grandmother, and she was willing to give her little granddaughter some help. But even my grandmother's love could not help me now. I eventually ended up at South Park, where my sister and their friends were hanging out. There was a hamburger stand across the street from the park, and even we would go there and eat and dance. The guys had malt liquor and their wine. I was 15 years old and I met the young man I was going to marry. He was 16, muscular, funny, and somewhat handsome. He had a a lot of heart and was not afraid of anyone. His father had been an alcoholic, but had recovered and remarried. His mother had a mental health issues, and I would hear her talking to herself, especially when she was drinking. His older siblings were alienated from him and all. Okay, this is good. And he was his beloved sister, and she looked like him, and they were together. They could keep you laughing. I saw him begin to follow her. I saw him and begin to follow him around. He told me he had a girlfriend, and I responded, "I'm going to marry you, and you have your children."